welcome to everyone tuning in. Kate, Scott, and Brock Heward here as punter Braden Mann gets us started. And here we go from Philly. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be hit and sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, we'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, next to be facing third down to begin this ball game.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they're going to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Pass brought in by Derby. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Chicago first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And this is only going to be a small gain to the 42. It's Nolan Smith there for the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the 2nd down. Williams off the play fake. This is brought in. Big gain here for Loveland. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And the shotgun again to Swift. And we'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Working from the gun, Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Eagles nothing.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
From the pistol, Hurts. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He finds Brown right side. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
For the Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the
And it was Saquon Barkley. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
That'll be Cox. Here's Ty Chandler. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He's going to wisely get into the slide. Manages to avoid any sort of contact, but he did start it a little bit shy of what they needed for that first down. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on third down. Offense headed to the line, just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Third and 1, here's Hurts. Got a lot behind this one, downfield it goes. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down.
For the field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Moore with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Here's Williams. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
Now Williams. To Dunze again. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped, though, right near the marker. Didn't get it. Third down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and you're taking that short completion.
They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
And the Bears, first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. But when you got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
First down. Here's Swift. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And there's a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Throw here, third down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, Kate, you'll get a little bit of grace for a drop in the first frame. That's one, as this game goes on, he's got half. It's hard on third down to execute. And with the ball in your hands, you got to find a way to catch it.
Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. So that's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. They'll try it left with Chandler. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down throwing for Hurts. Deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. But it looked like an Eagle flew in and was first to the football, irritating possession. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down. They need a good chunk here, at least 14 yards to pick up this first down. Now Hurts on 3rd and long. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 25. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles with a slim 2-point lead early. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Moore with a return. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll begin a new drive, 1st and 10. First down, Williams. And that one falls incomplete. So it would have been a great catch. It was a great effort. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. They send a man in motion. Going again on 2nd, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On play action, Williams. Fits it through the middle. And he takes it down to the 33. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Running behind center with Swift. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's Swift on second down. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Here we go with Johnson. And forget the marker, Brock. He's not even making it back to the line. They're turning this over on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Give him 32 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide of practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st down, around with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
The give here on 2nd. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. They're just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
3rd and just 2 to go. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
17, Bears 7.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he spins right by him. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Williams from the gun. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Now thrown in the direction of DJ Moore. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Got a man. Loveland has it. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Feet nice, Kate. Feet nice. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet nice move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles looking at 1st and 10. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to go with Barkley on the counter. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Barkley again here on 2nd. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
To the air on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Eagles are in punt formation. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, here's Williams. The left side finds Burden. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive.
The 39-yard line.
First down, Williams to throw. Complete out to the right. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here.
That's another Bears first down.
Williams on first down. He completes it in traffic. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 28. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
That's another Bears first
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Santos' kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half. Here comes the final play of our first half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away. Well, apologies to our buddy Scott Hansen. We're going to catch up with you after this one, Scott. We're going to jump past halftime, get you right back to the start of the second half. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fields this one at the 3. He's dodged the tackle, and he's brought down just inside the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. On the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. From the pistol, Hurts. Held in by Gunner, left side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now a give to Chandler, running right. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Bears
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Handoff now to the receiver. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Montez Sweat who took him down.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Hits him on the in route. He gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And a nice little run there gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They run it with Saquon. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Now we're going to see if the Eagles are indeed eagle-eyed. They saw it differently. They've thrown the challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football, and that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the replays will give us a clear answer.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. Barkley. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
I'll try again with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Return coming from the 6. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First down, here's Swift. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Williams. Short pass brought in. On the move, past the 40. Still fighting forward. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Chandler. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard
Hurts
line.
setting up to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
On third down, it's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So they're left facing a fourth down. So out now comes the punter. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bears offense and Luther Burden getting set here for another go. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First and 10 now from the 30. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Complete right side. Burden has it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Chicago.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. First and 10 from the 41. Staying grounded with Swift. He's under just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up 2nd down.
Second and 8 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Off the play fake, Williams. Pass taken in by Burton. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Third and 2, Williams. It's on target to Moore. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
14. First down, Bears.
They'll motion a tight end left. One in behind center with Swift. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on first. It's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he'll score a touchdown, Chicago. The Bears cut it to 1 late in the 3rd. Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears bring it back to even. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Hurts. This one falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. That pass complete to Goddard. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Has it in close. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. And again, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them? Give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas, Clark, and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make the play just as that tight end did.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And it's 3rd down now. They'll air it out on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Eagles take a 4th quarter lead. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bears 24.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Moore with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
1st down, Williams. The right side hauled in by Komet. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Dude, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. They fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Slot man in motion left. Williams with 3rd and long. He lobs this up, left sideline, looking for something big. He's got it! Looks like the feet are in bounds, too! Oh, I don't believe it! It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
First down. A 51-yard gain.
Out of the shotgun, give to Swift. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
DeAndre Swift, ball carrier. Jalen Carter on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Going to run again with Swift. Shoots away from one. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
9 yards. That's another Bears first down. 1st and goal. Chicago.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it with Swift. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Offense to the line, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Williams from the gun. Caught just shy of the goal line. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
Fielded at the 7. Making some progress here. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. He's got Bellinger. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Looking the sideline. That's Goddard. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got it. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's good.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First down, a run with Barkley. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Now Hurts. He finds Brown right side. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a Philadelphia first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its seconds. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining in this game. Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get sent for 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Pass complete to Goddard. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now lead by 10. Dallas Goddard the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Moore with a return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears and Luther Burden making their return to the field. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First down throw by Williams. He finds a Dunze downfield. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Roma Dunze touchdown. So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Williams trying to throw for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
Only 1 timeout left, but they do have the 2-minute warning coming up as well. They've got 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. He brings it in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Bears trailing by 5. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Putting a receiver in motion. First down, Williams to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home. That's how.
He just throws this one away.
Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the first down play. Forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
To throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough. Ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Desperation time here on 4th. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it, thanks to the turnover on downs. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Trying it right side with Chandler. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
That's good for the Eagles. First down.
They'll run here on 1st down. This is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line. After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2.
Second and 2.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.